Good morning to everyone. Myself, I am Surya Narayana, working as an assistant professor in DBS IIT Kavali. Today, my presentation on finite element method, that is known as FEM, which is for third year mechanical engineers. Today, I am continuing with Unit 2. In that, in previous class, we discussed about the body vector and load vector, next force vectors, temperature gradients, temperature vectors, traction loads. In that, those are related to bar element, that is one dimensional bar element. Or in that I completed one problem on bar element, that is non-uniform channel or stepped bar. Today I am going to discuss about one more problem on bar element, but in previous class we completed problem on stepped bar element or non-uniform channel. Today in this class I will discuss about tapered bar problem. First of all, in previous class we do problem on non-uniform channel or stepped bar. Here all properties are given, that is related to areas, Young's modulus and alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Those are the thermal diffusivity properties. Next, length 1, length 2, length 3. For every element there is two nodes here. Element 1, the nodes are 1, 2. For element 2, nodes are 2, 3. For element 3, nodes are 3, 4. And areas for the element 1, A1, E1, element 2, A2, E2, and A3, E3. Areas are the A1, A2, A3 values. Those are in millimeter squares. And coming to Young's modulus, E1, E2, E3, those are in gigapascals. We want to convert into 83 into 10 power 5 into Newton per millimeter square. And after that, we'll complete this problem by following the generalized FE equations. Solving steps to solve this problem by using generalized FE equations or procedures. First of all, in this generalized FE equation, that is steps using for solving of problems in finite element method. Coming to step 1, what is discretization? Discretization is nothing but dividing the structure into number of elements or nodes. Dividing the elements or dividing the structure into number of nodes by following the factors like type of element, size of element, location of nodes, and these are all the factors affecting the discretization process. In that, first of all, they given the point loads which are acting in reversal form, that is opposite to the direction of acting, which is at node 2 and node 3, 60 kilonewton and 75 kilonewton. According to point loads, I am denoting the point loads here at node 2 and node 3 in reversal direction opposite to the force. For every element there is two nodes here, 1 and 2, and after then the connectivity table based on global coordinates and local coordinates. First of all, I'm writing elements here 1, 2, 3 and nodes for every element. Remember, students, please remember that point. For every element there is two nodes, 1 and 2. For second element 2 and 3. For third element 3 and 4. After then, calculating the element stiffness matrix for every element. K1 for element 1, K2 for element 2, K3 for element 3. We already know that for finding the element stiffness matrix for every element, K equal to area into Young's modulus by length, LE. And in brackets 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. It is a matrix format. After calculating, we are getting 4 values in brackets. I'm taking 10 power 5 as common and similar values of K1 and parallelly K2, K3. After finding the stiffness matrix for every element, then global stiffness matrix. Okay, I'm rewinding this problem for comparing the problem stepped bar to tapered bar. Here today I'm discussing about only tapered bar problem, but I'm rewinding this stepped bar problem for analyzing and understanding the problem comparing with stepped bar. For global stiffness matrix, K equal to summing, that means writing of all elements K1, K2, K3 values. Here for understanding purpose, I'm writing the nodes in right side and top side 1, 2 and 1, 2. For element 2, the stiffness matrix, the nodes are 2, 3, 2, 3. For element 3, the nodes are 3, 4, 3, 4. After writing the all matrices like K1, 2, K4, 4 and writing global stiffness matrix summing of all stiffness matrix, that is K equal to K1 plus K2 plus K3 plus K4 and so on. After that, we are getting the global stiffness matrix. We already know the generalized equation KQ equal to F. Before going to calculate the generalized FEM equation, we want to calculate the temperature loads. Why? Because in this problem, the temperature gradient is given delta T equal to 80 degrees Celsius and thermal diffusivity is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Those are given in the problem. By based on that properties, I'm calculating the temperature loads theta equal to AE alpha delta T minus 1 to 1. Based on that element for element 1, area Young's modulus and alpha thermal diffusivity for element 1, delta T is the temperature gradient for element 1. Parallelly for element 2 and element 3. These are the temperature loads. After that, calculation of point loads. At node 1, at node 4, there is no point loads, body loads are acting. Only at node 2 and node 3, those are acting in opposite direction, minus 60 kilonewton. I'm writing as minus 60 into 10 cube Newton. At node 3, minus 75 into 10 cube Newton. After that, calculation of global load vector. In this, we already know that global load vector is obtained by summing of all forces like traction, body forces, temperature loads with point loads. Then I know the values of temperature loads at node 1, at node 2, and at node 2, at node 3, and 3, 4. Then first of all, at node 1, minus 3.012 into 10 to the power of 5. After then, subtraction of 3.012 minus 1.54. At node 2, the point load is minus 60. Then minus 0.6 into 10 to the power 5. After that, minus 1.54 minus 1.12 minus 0.75 into 10 to the power of 5. After then, finally 1.12 into 10 to the power of 5. Then force vector is obtained. Next, generalized FEM equation KQ equal to EF. After then, writing of stiffness matrix with unknown nodal displacements Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Then applying boundary conditions. Here I'm taking Q1, Q4, Q1 that equal to Q4 equal to 0. Why? Because those are at support reactions are, that means reactions are obtained in at node 2 at node 1 and node 4. Those are fixed support reactions, fixed supports. So I'm taking the boundary conditions Q1, Q4. By based on boundary condition, I'm cancelling at row 1, row 4, parallelly column 1 and column 4. After cancellation, the remaining values are 3.0, 3.89 minus 1.4 Q2 that equal to 0.872 minus 1.4 plus 4.4 Q3 that equal to minus 0.33. Then Q2, Q3 values are obtained. After then, calculation of stresses and support reactions. In this, I am taking only nodes 1. I am calculating the support reactions for at node 2 and node 4. Why? Because in this, the reactions are the support reactions at only 1 and 4. This is the problem on stepped bar. We already done this problem in previous class, but I'm rewinding this problem, stepped bar problem or non-uniform bar problem. Why? Because for understanding the problem on tapered bar. Today, the problem on tapered bar. Here, I'm showing the problem. Determine the deflection at the free and under its own weight using 3 elements shown in figure, where the Young's modulus is 200 gigapascal and the density of the tapered bar is 7800 kg per meter cube. Here I am showing the tapered section and particular channel. Based on that, the width is, the top width is 100 mm and below width is 25 mm. Here gravity, G gravity is acting. Then the total height up to this point is 1000 mm. This total height will be 100 mm. So here he given the values of Young's modulus and density, and he want to do, okay, he given in the problem only Young's modulus and densities, but he wants to find out the deflection. First of all, I'm writing the data which will given in that problem. First of all, thickness will be T. Thickness, okay, this is the tapered bar section. Okay, tapered bar section, the thickness will be 100 mm. This is the height and this is the thickness. This is also the height. These are all the properties related to height. This is width. First of all, in the given data, thickness T, small t, we already know that thickness is denoted by small t, that equal to 100 mm. Young's modulus E equal to 200 gigapascal. I am converting into Newton per mm square, millimeter square, that equal to 200 into 10 cube Newton per millimeter square. Then mass density rho equal to 7800 kg per meter cube. First of all, I am taking and denoting the problem into tapered bar section. Okay, this problem has to be done in 2 ways. Okay, first of all, converting this figure into tapered bar. After that, converting all the values into simplified as stepped bar. First of all, I am taking based on these properties like length and width, thickness. First of all, tapered bar is drawn here. I'm showing tapered bar here. In this, I'm showing only element 1 and element 2. Okay, element 1 and element 2. But previously, I was told you about for every element there is 2 nodes. For first element, 2 nodes. For second element, 2 nodes. For third element, 2 nodes. For that element 1, 1, 2. For element 2, 2, 3. For element 3, 3, 4. In that, at middle point, the center of gravity is acting. Okay, I'm splitting into 2 elements, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. In this problem, first of all, I'm writing the thickness is 100 mm and then total height will be 1000 millimeters. The total height of tapered bar is equally distributed for every element, that is 333.333 millimeters. For element 1 is 333.333 millimeters. For element 2 and element 3 consequently parallel as element 1, 2, 3. Then how we will convert the tapered bar values into stepped bar? We will see this in next slides. First of all, the given tapered bar is converted into stepped bar for simplification and for understanding purpose. Since the area of cross section of tapered bar varies at each sections as shown in figure. First of all, we drawn tapered bar here based on properties like total height and width. Center of gravity. Here the center of gravity is acting at midpoint. Three elements are drawn here. After tapered section, why I am not stating that it is a tapered bar, that means the length, okay, the length or dia is reducing at various cross sections. First of all, the dia of the bar is 100 mm. After that, it reaches to end point, the length will be 25 millimeters. Okay, for that reason I am calling it as tapered bar. The calculation of areas for tapered bar, we already know that for calculating the area for every element, we are taking the considerations and multiplying width into thickness. Width is 100 mm and width is 100 mm and thickness also 100 mm. Okay, in the first slide, we are noting the thickness T equal to 100 mm. Then area at node 1, width and multiplied with thickness, 100 into 100, 10 power 4. Okay, 10 power 4 millimeter square. Next, at area at node 2. Okay, recently completed and calculated area for node 1 and after that area at node 2. At area at node 2, okay, area at node 2 that equal to 75. 75 width, 75 into 100, 7500 mm square. 100 minus 25, we get 75. Okay, the area at node 2 will get 100 minus 25 will get 75. Then 75 width into thickness will be 100. Parallel for similar for all elements, the area 100 that equal to 7500 millimeter square. Area at node 3. Area at node 3, 100 minus at middle point. In that point, the area will be 75. Why? Because 100 minus 25 will get 75. After then, from this point, 75 minus 25, 75 minus 25, you will get 50. 75 minus 25, you will get 50. Area at node 3, 50 into thickness 100, that equal to 5000 mm square. After then, area at node 4, it is already given in that problem, 25. 25 into 100, 2500 millimeter square. Okay, we are reducing the dia into 100, 75, 50, 25. Okay, by splitting the areas like 100, 75. Why? Because first of all the area will be 100. After then the area for element 2 is obtained by subtracting the width from top to end point. 100 minus 25 will get area at node 2. That means width 100 minus 25, 75 into 100. After that, area at node 3 is obtained. 75 minus 25, you will get 50. The area for node 4, width is obtained 25 into 100, 2500 mm square. Then calculation of areas of stepped bar. Okay. For simplification and analyzing this problem for in easiest way, I'm converting the tapered bar values into like a stepped bar. We already similar and known the values of how to take the values for stepped bar, but tapered bar is new in term. So I'm converting the tapered bar into like a stepped bar here. First of all, calculation of areas of stepped bar. But we recently completed the calculation of areas of tapered bar, but we have to convert the values into stepped bar. First of all, calculation of areas of stepped bar here, A1 that equal to area at node 1. Area at node 1 that is 10 power 4 millimeter square plus area at node 2 that is for every element. Students, please remember, previously I was told you for every element there are always two nodes are there. For element 1 there is nodes of 1 2. Here also nodes 1 2. So for calculating the area of element 1, I am taking the nodes 1 2 here. The areas for element 1 at node 1 at node 2, which was previously done at a tapered bar section. Area at node 1 10 power 4, area at node 2 7500. I am summing the areas and dividing with 2 at nodes 2, number of nodes 2. 10 power 4 plus 7500 divided by 2, I will get 8750. That means 8750 millimeter square. Parallelly, area at node 2. But here I am taking area at node 2, 7500 plus area at node 3, 5000 divided by 2. I will get 6250 millimeter square. For area at node 3, we have two nodes 3 and 4. Then 5000 area at node 3 5000 plus area at node 4 2500 plus 2500 divided by 2. I will get 3750 millimeter square. Then I am writing the values in stepped bar. That means I am substituting the values of areas in stepped bar diagram. First of all, A1 equal to 8750 mm square. I am taking it as 87.5 mm. Okay, these are the values in mm square. I am converting like mm. By 1000, I will get 87.5 mm, 62.5 at node 2, 3750 mm square. That is 37.5 at node 3. Okay, these are the areas for stepped bar. Then first step is the discretization process. Discretization process is completed. After then, calculation of stiffness matrices. Calculation of stiffness matrices for element 1. For element 1, the stiffness matrix will be, we already know the formula for calculating of stiffness matrix for every element or any element. K equal to area into Young's modulus divided by length of particular element into 1 minus 1 minus 1 into 1. Then Young's modulus is already given 200 gigapascal in that problem, 200 gigapascals. Then 200 into 10 cube into the stiffness matrix for element 1, K1 that equal to area into Young's modulus, A1 E1 divided by L1, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. The Young's modulus will be 200 gigapascal. I'm converting into Newton per mm square. Then 200 into 10 cube, area will be area for stepped bar 8750 into 8750, length of first element is 333.333. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. After getting the values like 5.25 into 10 power 6, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So in that matrix I am taking 10 power 6 as common. The terms like 5.25 minus 5.25 minus 5.25 and 5.25. Parallelly, for element 2, E2 A2 by L2, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Then that equal to Young's modulus is parallel for all elements, 200 gigapascals. 200 into 10 cube into area for second element A2 6250 mm square. 6250, length is parallel for all elements, 333 point. Why? Because in tapered bar we are distributing the total height for every element like from 1 to 3, 333.333 millimeter. Then the value will be 3.75 into 10 power 6. Parallelly, 10 power 6 is taken as common. The values like 3.75 minus 3.75 minus 3.75, 3.75. For understanding purpose, I am writing the values like nodes in top side and right side. For element 1, the nodes like 1 and 2 in top side and right side. For element 2, the nodes like 2 3 and 2 3. Parallelly, for element 3 K3, that equal to E3 A3 by L3, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. The Young's modulus for element 3 is similar, 200 gigapascal, 200 into 10 cube into area for element 3, 3750. Area for element 3 in stepped bar 3750 millimeter square. 3750 divided by length is 333.333. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Therefore, the value will be 2.25 into 10 power 6, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Then that equal to 10 power 6 taken as common, 2.25 minus 2.25 minus 2.25, 2.25. And for node for element 3, the nodes will be 3 4 and 3 4. After that, calculation of, we know the procedure, how to find out the, how to solve the problem by using steps in finite element method. We already discussed the steps involved solving problems in FEM. First step is the discretization process, after then connectivity table, then calculation of element stiffness matrix, after then summing of all stiffness matrix into one matrix, that is called global stiffness matrix. So I am doing global stiffness matrix and calculating the values and written in a matrix K equal to K1 plus K2 plus K3. In previous slide, I am calculating the values element stiffness matrix for element 1 and element 2, element 3. And similarly, for identification, I am writing the nodes for every element like 3 4 and 3 4, 1 2 and 1 2, 2 3 and 2 3. So based on that denotions, I am taking the 4 by 4 matrix here, taking 10 power 6 as common. Then in top side and right side, I am writing the nodes 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4. This matrix will be in the form of K112, K14, K212, K24, K312, K34, K412, K44. First of all, I am writing K11 value. Students, please listen. It is very important how to summing up the global stiffness matrix and how to write the global stiffness matrix. First of all, K11 value is 1. K11. Okay, in top side 1, in right side 1 nodes. K11 value will be will be 5.25. K12, K12, 1, 2 minus 5.25. 13 is no. There is no 13 and there is no 14. So for that, I'm writing 5.25 minus 5.25, 0, 0. 21, K21. 21 is minus 2, 1, minus 5.25. 21 minus 5.25. But how to write K22? Here at element 1, K22 will be 5.25. For element 2, there is also K22 value. 5.25, 5.25 plus 3.75, 3 point. By summing up, we will get 9. 5.25 plus 3.75, we will get value 9. After that, 23, 24 is no value. 31 is not there. 32 minus 3.75, 33. Okay. Here also, in this also 3 3s are dual in position. 3 3 is 3.75. In this 3 3 is 2.25. After summing up, we will get 6 value 6. Then 3 4 will be minus 2.25. 4 1 is 0. 4 2 is 0. 4 3 4 4 values are minus 2.25, 2.25. It is the procedure how to write and how to return in a matrix form and summing of all stiffness matrices for particular elements. Then after that problem, global, after calculating global stiffness matrix, we want to find out the vectors like body force vectors and load vectors, traction loads, point loads, etc. Here, why I am taking this formula for finding out the force vector? Why? Because in that problem, they given the mass density, which is rho, that equal to 7800 kg per meter cube. Because that reason, I'm taking F, calculation of force vector, F equal to rho A1 L1G by 2 1 1. Previously, we do problem on stepped bar, but in that problem, we were not taking this formula for finding out the body force vector. Why? Because in that problem, they given the temperature gradient delta T and thermal diffusivity values. So for that reason, I'm not using this formula in stepped bar previous problem. In that problem, I'm taking for calculating the temperature vectors or temperature loads, theta equal to AE alpha delta T 1 1. Okay, AE alpha delta T 1 1. Calculation of global load vectors, summing of all forces like body forces, temperature vectors, traction loads, summing with point loads. So here in this problem, they given the mass density rho. For that reason, I'm taking this formula for finding out the body force vector and calculation of body force vector. That equal to rho is 7800 into 10 power minus 9. Okay, they given mass density in kg per meter cube. I'm converting like 7800 into 10 power minus 9 into area will be 8750 into length 333.3333. Center of gravity is 9.81, and then by divided by 2 you will get 111.58912 nodes. Similarly, for body force vector for element 2, rho 7800 into 10 power minus 9, area will be 6250 and length will be 333.333. Center of gravity 9.81 Newton per centimeter square. After then, the value will be 79.70623 nodes 23 for element 2. Parallelly for element 3, the body force vector 47.82434 nodes. After calculating the body force vector for every element like 1 to F1, F2, F3, we want to summing up the global force vector. We want to find out the global force vector, that is F equal to F1 plus F2 plus F3. In this, F equal to F1, F12, 111589, 111589, 1 to F11, that is 111589, 2. 111589, F11, F12, 79, 79, 191.295, and F13, 127.58530, F14, 47.824. This procedure is similar like writing of global stiffness matrix in a matrix form. The finite element equation is given by, okay, in this, first of all, I'm writing the force vectors for 111.589, 111.589 for node 1. At node 2, 111.589 plus 79, you will get 191.295. After then, 79.706 for node 3, 79.706 plus 47, you will get 79.706. It is parallel with 80, 80, 47, 84, 12, 127.530. After that, for node 4, 47.824. That is the procedure for writing global force vector. Then we already know that the generalized equation for calculating the FE equation, that is KQ equal to F. K equal to global stiffness matrix, Q equal to unknown nodal displacements or global load vectors Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Force vector will be obtained here: 111.589, 191.295, 127.530, 47.824. Then applying boundary condition, that is Q1 equal to 0. Why? Because I'm taking Q1 equal to 0 because in this the reaction is for at node 2. The support reaction at node, sorry, the support reaction is placing at node 1 fixed end. So for that reason, I'm taking Q1 is 0. Boundary condition Q1 equal to 0. By taking Q1 equal to 0, consequently, we are cancelling. I am following elimination approach by cancelling row and with similarly column. The remaining values are 9 minus 3.750 Q2, that equal to 191.295, minus 3.75 plus 6 minus 2.25 Q3 equal to 127.530, minus 2.25 plus 2.25 Q4, that equal to 47.824. Then it is done in the equation mode in Casio. We'll get Q2, Q3, Q4 values into 10 power 6 minus 10 power 6, 10 power minus 6 millimeter. These are the Q2, Q3, Q4 values. Okay, this is the procedure how to do the problem and how to convert the tapered bar section into stepped bar problem. By calculating the considerations like width into thickness, you will get area of stepped bar. Okay, thank you, students. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to DBase Talks YouTube channel. Thank you once again.